Hey guys, just want to talk about a subject that comes up regularly on when I'm speaking to people about dating, and that subject is how do we overcome the fear of rejection? So we're just going to talk a little bit about that, and it was going to help you to understand why it is that you fear rejection in the first place, and I'll give you a few steps of how you can overcome that. So, just to get a clear understanding of why we're afraid of rejection, um, let's say we've just been on a date and we think the date's gone okay, and then we find out for whatever reason that this other person has decided that we're not for them. It could be a number of reasons. We don't know the reason. The reason's not important. The reason that this is painful is because when somebody's rejecting us, we make it mean something about us. So we make their rejection mean that in some way we're not good enough for this person. So if we're not good enough for this person, we'll then add on some other stuff to that. We're not good enough for this person, therefore that must mean I'm not good enough, a good enough person. And if I'm not a good enough person, that must mean I'm not worth anything. So that means I'm worthless. So that's the kind of self-talk that goes on it might not sound exactly like that, but, add whatever things you say to yourself after a date, why weren't they interested? What did I do wrong? These are all, parts of the same feeling of worthlessness. And these are all the things that we ask ourselves when we don't feel good enough as we are. And how do I know that this is the case? So the reason that I know this, let's suppose you went on the same date, and before you already knew to your bones, like 100%, like guaranteed, no doubt about it, I am worthy. I'm loved. I've got people that care about me. I don't need anything from this person because I've already got everything I need. If this person wasn't interested in us, would it hurt the same way as it normally does? And the answer to that question is no, because whether they like us or not, we already feel good. So if they like us, we'll feel good. And if they don't like us, we'll still feel good, because we don't need their validation to feel good. We don't need anything from them. We don't need them to like us to validate our worth. We already know we're worthy. So back to why we're afraid of rejection. So the what we're actually afraid of is feeling worthless. We're afraid of people not liking us because that validates our feeling of worthlessness. And this is why we're afraid of rejection, because we need them to like us to feel worthy. So the actual problem is how do we feel worthy enough to not fear rejection? And that's where we need to work. We need to work on feeling worthy. So I'm just going to give you some easy steps that you can follow just to learn a little bit more about what I've talked about, to learn about self-worth, to understand really why don't we feel worthy, and what can we do to build our sense of worth. So 3 steps. Step 1, there's a great book on you can get it on Amazon. It's by Dr. Greg Bear, and it's called Real Love. And this will just give you an understanding into why you feel why you don't feel good enough, and what you can steps you can take just to improve that situation. So that's step 1. Step 2, you can give me a call. If you go to www.theloveguy.co.uk, you can give me a call and we can just have a chat. I can give you some more guidance on that. Not a coaching call. There's no charge. I'm not going to try and convince you that you need to do some coaching with me or anything like that. This would just be to give you some advice on where you can go and what you can do to build your sense of worth. Once you've done step 1 and 2, it doesn't matter which order. Once you've done step 1 and 2, step 3, we can introduce you to some people and some places you can go where you'll be able to feel love and acceptance from people. And when I say about like finding people to that can accept you, I want to make it clear that I'm not talking about going to like your normal circle of friends to get love and acceptance from. The reason I say that, and I'm not I'm not slating your friends, and they're always going to be doing the best that they can to care about you. And they will be trying their best in every way to be loving to you, and they're doing whatever they can. If they knew how to unconditionally love you and you felt unconditionally loved, you wouldn't be afraid of rejection, and you'd feel worthy. So when I say finding people that can accept you, I'm talking about finding people that understand unconditional love and understand how to give that to you. So that's why we would find a place where you can be accepted. So they're the 3 steps. If you've got any questions or anything, please get in touch with me. Visit the website. Give me a message on Facebook, and I'd love to chat to you. I hope this video has been helpful.